Hello guys, this is Eugene from LugerMan. Per multiple requests, we're putting out video of Mauser Broomhandle disassembly. In front of you, you see a couple of different models. From your left to right, you'll see a cone hammer, which is a very early first generation Mauser Broomhandle. Then you'll see a large ring. And the most common, you see a small ring, later model. This is the model we're going to be discussing today. If you have any specific questions about any of these models, please feel free to give us a call. But today, we're just going to be looking at the latest model of Mauser. In this video, we are going to be just disassembling the pistol. And any questions about technical issues, any repairs, any problems with these models, we will post a different video and describe in very detail ways what could be done to remedy any kind of issues on the broom handle. We will start with showing the tools necessary. You will need a small hammer with soft points. You will need a screwdriver that is modified and has the shoulders in order to facilitate the spring removal. You will need a soft small punch, brass or plastic to remove a magazine, button and a pin to help us disassemble the subframe. We will start with a small pin. Take the magazine button, push the button inwards and out. The magazine plate will pop up. We will remove it. If everything's alright, your spring follower and the button of the magazine will come out. Second, we will take the Mauser, make sure it's empty, cock the hammer, check your receiver, and chamber is empty. We will keep the hammer cocked. That will allow us to take the disassembly latch, push the latch upwards. Sometimes they don't want to be pushed and they need to be helped with a little bit of the hammer's power, but normally with position up, the frame will just slide off the upper. We'll slide that off. We will not be disassembling the frame further, but there is a trigger and the magazine button inside of it that could be easily disassembled with a small hook and the spring pried up and out, and the trigger and the button will fall off the frame. The bulkhead disassembly is in the subframe and in the bolt. So we'll just pull subframe off, bolt stop. Bolt lock and block should stay on the upper, lift it out, quickly inspect the teeth, make sure teeth are in good shape. The firing pin on the upper is you have to push it in, clockwise 90 degrees. It will pop out, but it will be hard to remove. Pull the bolt, release the bolt, firing pin stays out, pull it. And the spring, quick inspection of the firing pin position, and the spring should stay on the firing pin. Then we'll take our special screwdriver. What you want to do is you want to push the spring in and come underneath the bolt stop. So for that, you have to push the bolt stop forward a little bit, create a gap here, and that will allow us to get underneath the bolt stop, pry it open, and now the spring is sitting on the screwdriver. Sometimes they come out a little bit, sometimes not. The bolt's off and we're done. We won't disassemble the side, but the side could be disassembled by pushing it down and out. In this particular model, when we do that, we like to have a slider in a little bit off in the middle position. That way it doesn't get stopped by the upper itself. Next, we'll finish the bolt. We have an extractor. Extractor is held by 2 ears on the back. When you disassemble it, you have to push it up and out. You want to support this back of the extractor, because if you don't support it, you need to support it so the extractor is bent in the middle, not in the back. Therefore, you're avoiding breaking the ears. So we'll take the same screwdriver, support the extractor in the middle, push it up, and pull it out once the ears clear the bolt, and now it's off. And that concludes the upper. Now we have our sublog. This just comes out. This interacts with the spring on the back. It just comes out. Very easy and simple. So now you have the sear itself. You want to make sure it interacts with the spring, so it's nice and springy. You pull it back and out. Now the hammer is on tension with the sear bar. You want to release the tension, create a gap, lift the sear bar out, and ease off the hammer. Therefore, there's a retention knob on the sear bar. You want to make sure that you fully swung out on the upper position before you start removing it higher. Now you have the hammer, safety, and sear spring and hammer pin that is one piece. What we're gonna do is you want to remove this retention knob. You need to compress the spring in order to remove it. We're gonna try to go like this. Normally you want to do this in a more controlled environment, and you want to do this in the vise, but the retention will eventually come out. Doesn't want to come out. And there it is, comes out. This is the outward position. It comes out that way. This is under tension. You want to make sure this points down when you reassemble. Assembly should come out is a back plunger that interacts with the hammer, your main hammer spring, and your plunger that interacts with the sear. They should come out as one assembly. Now the hammer is not on tension anymore. You should be able to just pull the sear gently with the pin, and at that point your hammer comes out and the safety falls off. And now we're done on disassembly. You can stop.